everybody. Welcome to another Common Grounds Meet the Members. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jo Stevens and I'm the coordinator of Common Grounds. And my business is, am I on the right side today? Yes, I am. Quirky Habits. Quirky Habits is all about identifying your emotional habits that, can stop you from being your great self. But today is not about me, even though I love to talk about myself. Today is about our amazing Common Ground member, Amanda. Hi, Amanda. Welcome to this morning or this afternoon, wherever we are.
Hey, Jo. Hey, everybody.
Amanda, can you please tell us your full name, who you are, and your business name, please?
Yeah, sure. So my full name is Amanda Cremonini.
It's a mouthful.
Try and spell that one. Lots of I's, lots of N's. And what was the other question? My name on my
business name and yes, what your business and what you do.
So Amanda Cremonini, based here in Eaton's Hill, beautiful leafy Eaton's Hill. And the name of my business is Smiling Hearts and Minds Hypnotherapy. So I am a hypnotherapist, well, a rapid transformational therapist to be precise. That's the modality that I've been trained in. And part of that includes hypnotherapy. So most people would know hypnotherapy over rapid transformational therapy. So
well, why don't you explain us that? Tell us a little bit more about that. So what is like the difference so that people have an idea about that?
Yeah, so I think it's like one of those examples of it does exactly what it says on the tin. So it is rapid, it's transformational and therapy. So basically, so similar to hypnotherapy, part of the tools that that I use as an RTT therapist is hypnosis. So we get the client into hypnosis. And the purpose of that, what's really powerful about hypnosis is to be able to bypass our analytical, conscious thinking part of our mind, which it said only accounts for sort of 5 to 10% of our thinking, feelings, our actions, reactions, or inaction. And we bypass that and get to our subconscious, our boss lady part of our brain. Absolutely. Yeah, so it's part of our mind that's said to be operating up to 95% of our, of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. So it can explain why, something like breaking a bad habit can be so hard to break. So where we know on a conscious level that something, whether it be a thought habit, particular thought loops where we know we are not being kind to ourselves through our thoughts, or we're not being kind to ourselves or productive, or beneficial, serving ourselves in some way through our habits. So we can know on a conscious level that what we're doing isn't helping us, and yet it can be so hard to break that.
So you is that so like that you're overthinking things or you're doing those things. So that's like, the conscious habit. So you kind of go down into the unconscious habit. Is that what you like looking for and what helps with that?
So what we're really looking for is, so someone, with that example of overthinking, someone knows that they are overthinking, it's finding out what the beliefs and the thoughts are that come before the overthinking habit.
Absolutely.
And usually it is, so there are, they're unconscious beliefs that we formed when we're little kids.
Yeah.
Where, we maybe, to give an example of the overthinking, maybe we've had a situation in our childhood where, we made a mistake, we failed at something, we were judged and criticized by people in our life.
Yeah.
And so it creates the belief that it's not safe to make a mistake, or to fail at something.
Yeah.
And so the subconscious mind, then the response to that is to create this overthinking, mode that we are operating in. So because if we overthink, if we keep overthinking something, then we're not actually then taking action a lot of the time, or it's procrastinating on taking the action, which then delays, or even prevents the possibility of making a mistake or failing. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah. So that way then, so you put them then into that hypnosis so that they're not once again overthinking it, like thinking about what they're going to say, they just come out and say it. Is that correct?
Precisely correct. Yeah. So we're taking them out of that thinking part of the brain. The hypnotic state is deeply relaxing.
Yeah.
You know, it can feel, so when the client's in that state, we're still having a conversation, but it's like having a conversation with someone when you are just, you know, deeply relaxed, almost in that light sleep sort of phase. And you were just, we basically, we regress the client. So it's inner child work, if you've heard of that, or if you know the audience have heard of that. So we're basically going back to revisit your childhood scenes, memories that we've already lived through, but sometimes we don't have memory. We either don't have memory of it, or we don't understand what our interpretation was at the time. And of course, you know, when you're a little kid, we can become quite confused about the interpretation of things because we're a little person. We don't understand. We make things mean something about ourselves. And that's sort of the natural tendency of human nature as well, that we make things mean about, you know, everything's about us.
Yeah.
And often there's that negative association as well. Or that must mean, you know, that I'm not good enough, or I'm not lovable, or, you know, I'm not worthy unless, you know, I'm doing everything perfect and I'm not making a mistake, I'm not failing anything. And, you know, in which case then I need to overthink everything, or I need to procrastinate, or I need to be a perfectionist.
Yeah.
At things, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
So, yes, it's really powerful just to, you know, as an adult, you know, that has that experience of, you know, I'm an overthinker, or I have anxiety, or, you know, I'm a procrastinator, or I feel unmotivated, I can't reach my goals, or I'm too scared to, especially a lot of, you know, women in business, what I see is, you know, there's this fear around being visible, or this feeling of, you know, I'm not confident, you know, and certainly being an entrepreneur, or, you know, whether you've, you know, started your own business or taking on somebody else's business, it will bring up every single, you know, fear, your limiting belief. It brings all of it up to the surface. And we were only having a chat about that at our meetup in Albany Creek this month as well. It brings everything up to the surface. And so the benefit in being able to go back and look at these things is, it's almost like you're getting to look at that experience through, you know, a different lens, you know, from your adult perspective, you get to sort of see little self, you know, what happened in that moment in a completely different way. And the benefit of being able to do that then is you can break, you know, that attachment, you know, to that belief. You break that belief. It's like, well, that's actually not even true. Or even if it was true, because sometimes we create these beliefs out of safety, you know, keeping us.
Absolutely. And sometimes we make things bigger than what they actually are.
Yeah, we do.
You know, and that way you can, oh, I love that. So is that kind of like who then, like you've talked a lot about women in business, is that kind of who your target market is? Like, you know, who you're like attracting to your business?
Not specifically. I'm only into my second year of business. So I have been in that process of, you know, trying a few different things. And I have at one point sort of, you know, targeted specifically women in business, but I was finding like the people that I am attracting in, it is mainly women because that's who I target. But yeah, from time to time I do have, you know, I've got a male client today. I've worked with some teenage boys. Generally, it's, you know, the mum getting on the phone or wife getting on the phone and referring that person in. But specifically now it's more just women, you know, that are experiencing these sort of some of the challenges that we've talked about, you know, that are feeling, you know, stuck in these thought loops or, you know, habits that feel like it's basically sucking the joy out of your life, you know, it's sucking the joy out of your business. It's, you know, dimming your shine. It's like it's sucking all of the happiness out of, you know, what it is that you're doing. So sort of really focusing on, you know, working with women that want to feel, you know, less anxious, happier, more calm, relaxed, and more confident.
I think as well, women are more open to those, like, you know, ideas as well, you know, and I think that we recognize especially like I think when we get a bit older, like, as like when we go through those 20s and whatever we think, whatever happens there. And then when you start to get into your late 20s, 30s, even like I have to be honest, more now into my like 40s, 50s is when I'm more in tune with myself going, I'm not happy with this. I want to be better, and I think that's coming out from women. We're realizing that we want more, we deserve more. And that's why we're looking for other things, and then we just, want to change those habits. And I suppose, that's what you can offer for those people.
Yeah, that's so true. You've hit the nail on the head. It's certainly, I don't know whether that's just an evolution of, of the years, our maturity, or that we've given a lot of the time we've given all of our, time, love and energy to our family, our children, other people in our life. And then we get to that stage of, our 40s and 50s, where it's like, no, it's my time now.
Absolutely.
It's my time. Yeah. So, and you've got a lot of, hopefully you've got a lot of years to live.
Yeah.
As well. So you want
to live your best life. Why not? Who wouldn't want to do that?
You want your best life, exactly.
Let go of all that crap and just like move on.
Yeah.
I love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look, I really enjoyed that. So tell us a bit like about now, like we'll go into a little bit about what your program is. So what is it that you offer, and how is the best way for people to contact you?
Yeah. So presently there's two main ways to work with me. So one being just private rapid transformational therapy. So most clients would come to see me for usually just 1 to 2 sessions is all it takes. Some clients, literally, it's just one session. It takes about 2 to 2.5 hours. So it is quite an intensive period. And then I'm supporting that client over a 30-day period. So just offering that support, in that integration phase. The other way that I'm working with clients right now is in the anxiety relief case study, which is a 3-month private therapeutic coaching program for women, who are experiencing anxiety on some level, whether that be overthinking, it can be things like, even excessive people pleasing, for example, perfectionism, that all comes under the banner of what can then present as anxiety, or low mood. So so that's a more intensive 3-month program where I'm working with the clients one-on-one. They'll have 3 rapid transformational therapy sessions, and we do fortnightly coaching, and there's a supplementary coaching work booklet with lots of different tools and knowledge that I've garnered over the years. I'm a previous personal trainer and nutritionist in my former business life. So I've kind of, it's a culmination of all of my...
molded all together. Nice.
Yeah. So, I'm really loving that program. In conjunction with those women, seeing some phenomenal results and, shifts in their life, and obviously helping them to shift out of that is, it has that ripple effect to the rest of their family. So
100%.
everyone around them. Yeah. So really enjoying that too.
I mean, I totally agree with you there, because when I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression, it was a time when there was a lot of tension in our house. But once I was able then to get on top of that, our whole family dynamics changed, and that's the whole thing. As women, especially like when you're a mom, you are the core of the family, 100%. And so if you're happy, and this is why, we so much, I love the, the air, in the airplane, put your mask on first. That's what we definitely need to do, to not put ourselves last all the time with what we tend to do as mums. Like, it's always your kids first and everything else first, house first, everything, leaving yourself. And then, but if you do actually take care of yourself and you're in a good mental and physical state, then the rest of your family will be okay. So yeah,
so true. Yeah,
absolutely love that. Oh, well, thank you. Look, Amanda, I have absolutely loved this, and we've chat with you all day. But could you actually give us, is there one bit of advice that you would give, to anybody, I don't know, out there to our members?
Yeah, I guess one of the things is, just because just because you've been going through that experience, or you've been a particular way, you've seen yourself as, I'm not a confident person, or I'm an anxious person, where we create these identities based on, our past selves. Just because you've had that experience in your life, it doesn't mean that that's who you are. And it doesn't mean that you can't change it and you can't shift out of it. And then, like you, Joe, experience a completely different life, that is so much more joy-filled and joyful, and you're happy, and everyone, around you gets to benefit from that. So really that's, that's, I guess, the message that I like to share.
I love that.
You don't have to put up with it, so
100% love that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So where's the best place for people to find you, lovely?
So in the usual places, you can find me on Instagram at Amanda Cremonini Hypnotherapist. So that is a big, long mouthful. And the same on Facebook. I think it's the same as that, or it might be Smiling Hearts and Minds Hypnotherapy. I should know that, but I'm pretty sure it's under my personal name. And the website is shmhypnotherapy.com.au. So
fantastic. And I've just made you say all of that, but I will be sharing your links. Why not? Let's make Amanda say it again. I love it.
Exactly. That's right.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Amanda. I hope that everybody enjoyed it as much as I did, and I really appreciate your time.
Thanks, Jo. I appreciate that so much.
Thanks, everybody. See you later. Have a great day.